Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Monday, December the 22nd. My name is Barry Enerson. I am the moderator of the room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Well, if you're not too bored of my talking about my long-term stock, MGNX, Macrogenics, today is the day that they were added to the Nasdaq Bio Index, and on the surface, maybe you would think maybe that's the reason why another great day. But they also had a what I consider a pretty significant press release. Johnson and Johnson basically gave them up from $50 million. They will be help to develop one of the drugs that MGNX has in their pipeline. But also they've committed to buying 2 million shares at $39. So I don't look at the fundamentals too much of a company, but it just seems to me then that there's going to be a potential base anyway at $39 from which to springboard. I look at the daily chart. Actually, I better pull up the monthly chart, and this is the key level right there, $40.98. In fact, let's see what the high is: 40, 40, 88, and 41. So. If this can get over $41 and it's going to break through this level that was back in January, early this year. So, a lot of good things I think are going to be still happening with this company. So I'm still in it. In fact, I added more today. So it's going to be a pretty good holiday for me on this one. Again, thanks to Dan Merkin, the CEO of Trade Ideas, for alerting me to this one a long time ago, last April. Okay. Now, excuse me, let's get to the trades that I took today. GILD. GILD is still down $14. Just got creamed in the pre-market. Let me just go to the pre-market and, excuse me, you can see here it is in the pre-market, actually down to $94. I was saying if it could crack $100 to look out below. Well, that's what it did. And in essence, what happened is this other company, ABB, let me just bring it up here, ABBV, I guess has a similar drug, and it appears that it's going to be a little cheaper than the other one that GILD has. And so this really popped high, but as you can see, this is really giving it all back. In fact, now it's trading below the open or below Friday's close. So I expect that GILD is going to pop back. I'm going to be watching this one, Gilead. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I've never heard anybody talk about it or mention the name, but it's probably Gilead. Anyway, so this is what I did. Generally I don't trade in the pre-market, but I did take this one right here at let's see, it is the 5-minute candle. Okay, so I took it at 96.89 right here. 5 minutes. I'm obviously very late. I mean, it had already done a big bounce, but again, this is not going out of business or anything like that. And I thought in this nice big candle that it was worth the risk to get into this. And so I actually made a little over $1 on the first half, 97.99. So that's $1.02. And I sold the second half at 97.40 right here. So a good pre-market trade. It was very whippy, and you can see that it had a big fall afterwards. But definitely kept watching it. And I know some got in right here. In fact, I was mentioning that when it broke through, probably 93 or 94 right here. But I missed it. I missed this candle. I did not get in, but I did take the trade at 94.88 and exited. I exited the trade at 95.60, 65, and so made some money on the second half too. And you can see that it is still falling. A very whippy day for it. I mean, down. So there's a classic V pattern, and then it's falling again. But I'm definitely going to be watching this one because I think it's probably still a good company, and just because that other company has a drug that, as I understand it, it's only $700 cheaper. This is obviously a very expensive drug that we're talking about, but anyway, definitely going to be watching it. CHL was came from, I think, this list here, the above the open and close and yesterday's high, and it was. I knew it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot sleepier than this. In fact, somebody said, there were other better trades to take out there, and they were probably right. And I was a little bit premature on this one. I took the trade at 59.89. Usually I like to wait for the whole number break and something like this. But it looked like it was consolidating pretty well just under the whole number. It did dip down to 59.78, but I did hold on. And then it broke through 60 and gave me a very nice trade. Took out half at 60.41 right here and the other half at 60.35. So this is China Mobile. I don't know. I don't know if they've got something to do with Apple. It's possible that they do, but I would take. This was, in theory, a very boring trade that I love to see these sort of trades all the time because they're generally pretty stress-free. Just had the little whip down here to worry about, but really nothing to speak of. So glad to have taken that trade, as opposed to OCN. Now this is still down $5.70. And this was, catastrophically down right here. Looked like it was trying to, excuse me, it looked like it was trying to base here. I know some took it around this area here. I waited for the whole number break. I got in at 1701, but then when it broke back down through the number again, I exited quickly at 1692. Was happy to take a 9-cent loss. This stock can be extremely whippy and scary to be in. And, I was in CHL at the same time, and I said, you know what, I don't need this aggravation. So I got out of it, and I'm really thankful I did. It's sort of an up and down, and it does have the ability to, put on $2 or $3, but I just didn't want to take the risk on this one. SMCI is my swing trade from Friday. This was from now I had to reboot, so this is not all the swing plays that came into that 5 day or the swing or the alerts that came into the 5 day swing pattern. But this came in on Friday, and if I have to move it back just a little bit, and where is the mark? 35.05 is where I got into the trade. And, it came back down. But again, this was my 5 day swing trade. So, but I decided to take out half right here. We're talking about a dollar from 35.05. So I took out half of it at 36.31. Just 1 second, please. Hi, sorry about that. Just was a nuisance call wanting to tell me how I could lower my interest rates, etc. Anyway, so I took out half of it here, and I can see it's still basing here. So I still have the other half of SMCI. So we'll have to see what happens on that one. And the last one to go over is EQR, which I thought was going to be a lot sleepier. Now, this came from my lifetime high, and this was now you can see up here that it actually was above. It spiked up here. This is the actual lifetime high. Excuse me, but the way the trade idea software works, it doesn't look at today. So if today there was a lifetime high made, it doesn't consider that. So it's only looking at yesterday, like from yesterday and back. So this was the lifetime high according to trade ideas. I know that might sound a little confusing, but I know what it's doing. But I've also got the filter set though, so that I only want to see the lifetime highs when they're within 10 cents of the whole number above it. And so when I saw this, and beautiful little pattern here, a little consolidation pattern just under the whole number. And so I took the trade at 74.08 with a nice tight stop at 74. And I rode this up to 74.40. And it was a night. It was a great trade. With tight stop, 8 cents, and making 32 cents. So basically a 4-to-1 risk reward to risk on this one. So I'm starting to pay a lot more attention to the lifetime highs when stocks are making the lifetime highs within the whole number, 10 cents of the whole number on top of the whole number. Not so much under it, but on top of the whole number. And the only one to go over also is AKBA, and I'm now in a positive position with this. This is, again, Dan Merkin is the CEO of Trade Ideas, is suggesting this is a nice long-term position trade, maybe into the first quarter of 2015. And so my position, I've got most of my share. Well, here it is. 1198 is my average right here. So we're starting to get into a positive position, but I'm not looking to sell anytime soon. Not a lot of volume, 89,000, but this is how MGNX started also. Now, to be fair, MGNX, we got into it last April, and it was way too soon, really, because we had to suffer through, going from 21 down to 17, 18, and it was only really, I could have waited the last month to get into it, and it would have been basically the same result. But nonetheless, I'm in here, and we'll have to see what happens. And another little bio. And if it does, I mean, Dan's talking $25 sometime and maybe in the first quarter. There's no guarantee, of course, but it does look pretty good. So that's it. We're definitely in a Santa Claus rally mode, though typically the Santa Claus rally, as they call it, is in between Christmas and New Year's, but it looks like it started a little bit earlier. I'm just going to take a look at MGNX because this is one that I could be adding again. If we get more of a dip, because I truly believe that 39 can be the base of this. So, but we'll see. So that's it. Hope to see you in the room tomorrow. Let me just bring back the cover page. And again, I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. Let's see, that's Tuesday. Wednesday is a half day, but it's still pretty active. There's still a lot of great little setups and money to be made. So hope to see you there tomorrow. Bye-bye.